Hello, and welcome to another segment of Talking with Hands. My name is Mike Pahsetopah. I'm Osage, Muskogee Creek, and Yuchi, and I'm glad to be here today. All right, today's lesson here is signs of spring. The symbol for spring in Indian Sign Language is the sign of the crescent moon, and then when the grass begins to start coming up through the ground. That's the first signs. And so that we do that, that means spring. In the spring, you'll also see rain, lots of rain, a whole bunch of rain during this time. Another sign that you'll see, and let's say behind me is the south, and the birds usually fly south for the winter. And when they return, they come back going north. And so that's another sign that you will see. As it begins to warm up, you'll see a lot of young animals, baby animals. This is a sign for baby. Okay, so let's say baby deer, baby buffalo, baby horse, baby bird. So that's how we would see that. If it's a mother animal, they're always close to the babies. Let's say it's a mother deer, mother buffalo. Now, this is a sign for the earth. Okay, earth also can be land, right there. All right, river or spring or creek, not to be confused with a snake, but river of water. Let's say the river is up, like it's swollen, like it's getting from a flood. You can either do the signs for the water coming up, like this. That's a symbol for flood. And then when the grass does come up, or let's say the trees, you'll see the trees begin to blossom. And that would be the sign that you would see there. Let's say you're going to plant a seed. And a seed there, you would make a sign for pushing the dirt back and then dropping a seed in there, covering over, water on it. That would be plant. And then when it comes up, you would do like that, like it's growing. So this is a sign for dig. This is a sign for planting a seed, covering it up. The sign for flower is this, or this. That would be for a flower. The fingertips right here can touch. Probably depending on what the shape of that flower would be, if it was round, or if it had the long petals on it, like that. When we smell it, something, you would hold your head back, like you're breathing it in. So you could do that sign for flower, and then you could do the sign that smells good, like that. Something new. Springtime is a time of newness of life. So the sign for that is you use that index finger and you whip it around. That means new. And let's say it's clothing. It's new. See? the feathers that I wear when I dance, you know, it's new. If a person's got a new hat, sometimes a hat would be flat out, and when they pull it down, you would say it's new. So that's a sign for new. If it's a baby, you'd say it's new. Got one new baby. Now, if we're talking in relations to telling a person to go, it's like a backhand sweep. We use this sign a lot, meaning go. I've seen people use it like this, meaning go. You know, my dad sometimes he would just use his index finger and go to that direction, right there, and then that was a sign for go. Now, for fast, as you use this hand here, and that was like if you was like in a race and you just told go, you'd shoot out there fast. But this is normally the sign for go. So if you just put speed with it, sometimes they'll go like that. So you see the different ways. It all still means fast. Let's say forever. If we want to say something's forever and ever, we'll do the sign here for around the head. And it means like that, forever and ever. And I'll do another sign here in a little bit that's kind of similar, but I'll stick on this one right here. So that means forever. It's an outward. You go outward with the hand. Now the word for all gone is this. It means it's all gone. Pretty simple. All gone. A lot of times at the end of a conversation, when we're going to end something, we'll go like that. You could say, that's all, it's all gone. Arise, or get up, or to stand, all similar. You know, so arise is that index finger. Let's say you was laying down and somebody said, get up, arise. Sometimes you could do, and that would mean to get up. Or to stand. If you've been sitting, this is a sign for sit. So you could go, you stand. To advance and go ahead, the hands and stuff, you would do this, like moving ahead. Let's say if you was watching somebody run, you could say, my son he's ahead in that race. A lot of times they may use a gesture with that, you know, like you would see this here, could be used in running. So we don't limit little things that we use to do a sign language, like maybe somebody, your audience isn't understanding something, so you'll add a little bit of different movements into it. I was in conversation with a tribe, Inuits, up there around Alaska, and the man that was doing that program, he said they lost their hand talk. He said, but what they do have with their language is that they have gestures. They have gestures, but with no hand signs. And I thought gestures, so which that meant either body language or facial expression. And so I was going to help them with the hand talk to implement with their gestures and their movements, so they can regain, you know, talking with their hands. So it's going to be good to see, what these expressions and those are going to mean, because they do those with words, but their hands and stuff aren't doing like we're doing, talking with them and making signs and yes and no. I'm anxious to see. All right, now this is again all gone. This is advance or go ahead. Abandon. Abandon would be, it's this. Now this is a sign for bad, but abandon, you use both hands. And you're just like letting go. And you might turn around and walk in any direction, but was the expression used with the hand talk of letting something go. Okay. Okay, in this part right here, I'm going to do some signs here. Let's say this person had braids. Could be a girl, could be an Indian man, but for a braid, it was this. It had braids. If it was a mohawk haircut, they would do this, mohawk. For Osages, they wore one similar to a mohawk, but this meant that they shaved the sides of their head. That meant they shaved it off. And different times, sometimes maybe in mourning and grief, a native man may have braids, and during that time, they would cut their hair off as a sign that they were in mourning. And today, sometimes they'll cut their hair shorter. Let's see here. Mustache. This is a sign for mustache. They call it hair lip right here. And a lot of times, some tribes use that for Spanish. If a person was Spanish, they would do that. Like that, meant mustache. Beard was this. Meant they had a beard. Okay. Now the sign now, let me go here. Bed. What would be a sign for bed? First of all, they would take a blanket. They would hold it out to here. And then on this side here, you drop the hand down like that. That was like you made a bed right here. And then you put the sign for sleep. That. So here, here. That move kind of rolls. So that position of that is that blanket right here. And then you lay it down and you go to sleep. Okay. Let's say I was saying I was going to bed. How would I say this in sign language? Or telling someone to go to bed. It would be like, go to bed. Or go to sleep. And in the morning you'd say, get up, arise. The sun's up. The sign for beside, like somebody coming up beside of you, is this. Now some may do this, but you can do either one. It still means the same, beside or with. Say I was describing a friend right here. I would say, this is my friend. This is the sign for friend right here. My friend. Or you could say, your friend right here. This always symbolizes present time. Okay? And when the hand goes, we can extend it here, which could be future time, or it could be past time. You know, like if I was to tell a story, you know, I could say this story here goes way, way back. You know, so far as I can get my arm back would be right like this right here. And so that would be that. So that's in relation to time. The other part of that is we may look at from the sun comes up in the morning in the positions at different spots, places. This would be noon. This one over here would be morning, part of the day, and then evening. Some tribes will use the other hand, like this right here would be nighttime, or they might position it like this if they was doing maybe a little private conversation and not using the big expressions. Now, a sign for stars is this. You see those stars. Let's say we focused on one star up there and it flickers or it twinkles. You do this, where you can hear that little thump. That means sparkle. A lot of times in my dance clothes, when I'll have my harness or my choker or my headband, we have the rhinestones and stuff in with the beadwork that it gives off those little sparkles off the light. This is sky, you know, and this is day. So see the difference. Sky, day. So it's real close. Let's say you was giving someone some direction and you told them to come here, and maybe you wanted to tell them, wait, hold up. This is stop, the hand straight out in front, that's stop. But if we just want them to slow down, wait, we would do that, kind of pump it a couple of times. That means to wait right there, wait, right there, stand. So that's a little bit of direction right there. So again, stop, come, wait, right there, come on, right here. Okay, all right. Let's say I'm talking to somebody and they ask me something and I said, I know. Let's say I don't know. I don't know. You extend that hand out. Okay? Let's say that you're thinking about something and you say, I understand. Okay, this is going to be kind of a new word, is I understand, which we use the right hand, and we use a part of I know. Well, before, I know was out here, and then I don't know, but the other part is out here. See, when you understand, you're still using that, and the palm is facing the body, and then the index finger is toward the body when you bring that in. Like, I understand. I understand. Now, the word for strong is this. It's like you're twisting something, like maybe a towel, wringing the towel out. That meant strong. I feel strong. Where if I said I feel, this is with your fingers rubbing together, I feel, it's not a sign for money, it's similar, but I feel weak, and the sign for weak is the finger, the index finger on both hands is down here. You notice, and some people will kind of crouch their knees as a sign, feeling weak. Let's say that maybe you're hungry, you feel weak. or you've eaten and now you feel strong. Ready means this, you stretch. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. So that's stretching mark right here. It means ready. How you feel? I'm ready. So that's that sign there. The word for true is, now this right here means truth. Truth. But once one is speaking, you say true and you're pointing that out. Like what I'm saying is true. Or if you believing in something, sometimes you could tap your heart. And that means it's truth. If it wasn't true, you do this. That means a lie. So we've done true, we've done truth, we've done wait, we've done stop, we've done I know, I don't know, I understand, we've done strong, we've done ready, and let's see what other word here we can do. Let's do make and work. They're very similar. Sometimes they're switched. Sometimes they're switched, and you may see it used to mean the same thing, but there's supposed to be a difference. I would say, like when they do bread, they're making something, and they'll do this sign of bread. But also in work, the hands going like this. That means work. And then sometimes you'll see this sign for work. Either one. That's bumping the hands together. Work. That means you're working with your hands. You're making something. And so that's that sign. So it look like that. Work. Make. And I think they can be used versatile for either one in that situation. And anything that's heavy and hard, like a metal surface, like a wall or a tree or a big pot, kettle, you would always hit it, even like I did that turtle shell. That means it's hard, okay? And the surface, if it was metal. And I say a big pot, you might make a sign for a bowl, and that would be a sign for bold. And then if it's big bowl, then you would do the sign for big. Just like you would do a big buffalo or a big bear, like that. If it was a person, you seen them walking and they were big, that man was big, and that would be, in stature and in height. Like that. Today, many people go to the doctor, clinics, things like that, and the old sign for medicine man can be used for doctor today, and that was a sign of man and medicine. So that's how you would say that. Man would be a doctor, same as medicine man. So that's the word there that would use, okay? Now with that same hand sign that we did for medicine, we would also use pretty much in singing. And you would take that finger like this here and let it go up. That means to sing. And a lot of times when they do for prayer, is they do it to the side. And a lot of times that would be like when a lot of natives will use the cedar or the sage when they pray, or the tobacco, and they're talking, and that will go up like that. So that's some of those basic signs. Let me see here what I've got. left. We've done council tonight. We've done, here's one for meeting. We're going to meet here. We're going to say discussion, which be speaking and talk. If we're two people going to talk, it would be like this. If it's everybody come here, you know, get a chance to talk. If it's a private conversation, you will do this. That means that's private right there. Just like in giving, taking something, you conceal it, you hide it like that. They took it like that. All is this, you know, it's all that includes everybody. And then everybody come together or together. And then a big circle, or you can do it like this, make a big circle. A lot of times in the schools and stuff, we get the children out to come up and dance with us, and we'll tell them we're going to do a round dance. We want them to come up, volunteer, and watch us as we dance in a circle, and then we'll do that first dance. So we even can describe the dances that we're going to do with sign language, just like the hoop dance, the eagle dance, the fancy dance, and then Heaven does that fancy shawl dance. We might describe a butterfly flying. So that's going to conclude this lesson, and we're finished right here until we see you again. Good day.